So we have the truth table. We consider methods of constructing truth tables for a statement that involves a combination of conjunctions, disjunctions, and or negations. Okay, so last week we already determined uh, the truth value no, for each type of compound statement given the four cases of P and Q. All right. So again, no, given statements P and Q, cases are they could be both true, one of them is false, or both of them are false. That is the four cases of statements P and Q. If the given statement involves only two simple statements, then s- start with a table with four rows called the standard truth table form. Okay, so the four cases of P and Q here determines the what we call standard truth table. And also, we can include the negations as well. Okay, so this time I'll be demonstrating how to identify the truth value of a compound statement or of a compound statement with more than one connective. Okay, so example number one. Given the statement curl open curl P, and then we have the vel Q, and then close vel Q. We wanted to find the truth value of this compound statement given the cases of P and Q. Okay, so our task is to construct the truth table, and also we wish to find out the truth value of the compound statement if P is true and Q is false. Okay, so here it is. Like I told you, we have to start with the standard truth table form. The number of rows and the number of columns of your truth table depends on the number of simple statements involved, or the number of simple statements that are involved, and then the compound statement itself. Okay, so here there are only two simple statements involved. We have P and Q, so we can apply the procedure that was stated here. Okay, we have a table with four rows, and don't forget to add one more row now for the title. So actually it's five. Four rows for each case of P and Q, and then another row for the title of each column. Okay, so always if you have two simple statements, you'll be constructing a table with four rows for the cases and another row for the title of the column. Next, so we already knew the number of rows. This time, we'll identify the number of columns. Okay, we'll be basing that from the given compound statement. Okay, so let's start with, again, our simple statements, P and Q. So we already have two columns for the statement P and statement Q. And also, since the negation of P, we need the negation of P here, we may also add another column for the negation of P. So we already have three, right? Hi, that would be three. Wait, let me insert. Right. We have five rows, right? Okay. So again, We have the statement P and the statement Q. Then we have the negation of P. Okay, this is your standard truth table form. Standard truth table form. And it's as if we are applying our fundamental operations, no? In and out tayo, no? We'll simplify first the parenthesis and then operate it with the outside. So in and out tayo. So we need to add one more column for the disjunction of curl P with Q. Curl P with Q. Okay. Wait. I need disjunction, right? Hi. Curl P with Q. And another column for the negation. Hi, negation of the disjunction of curl P with Q. Here. Right? And then lastly, we can now determine the truth value for the whole compound statement. The whole compound statement. Ayusin lang natin. Here. To fit content and then control E. Here. So we have a 6 by 5 table. 6 by 5 table. This is not always the dimension of your table, no? There were times we could have more than 6 columns or more less than 6 columns. It depends on it depends on the given compound statement. All right? Questions so far?
None po.
Okay, thank you for responding. We can now supply for the truth values. Let's start with all the possible cases of P and Q. Just like I told you a while ago, statements P and Q could be both true, one is false, or both of them are false. Right? And then based from the truth values of these statements, we can determine the negation of the statement P. Negation of statement P. So the negation states that if statement P is true, then the negation must be false. Okay? And likewise, if statement P is false, its negation must be true. Ayan. And then I can now supply for the other columns. I want you to recall the truth value table for disjunction. Disjunction. Anyone. When does a disjunction false? When is a disjunction false? Hello? 101? Any volunteer? Or I'll be calling na lang. When does a disjunction false? There is only one case, if you remember. And when is that? No volunteer? You may open your module number 11. No, number 12, I should say. Ayun, we have Donna. If P and Q are false, if both are false, okay? If statements are both false, saka lang magiging false yung disjunction natin. Okay? So please try to recall those tables. So our reference would be the column for curl P and the column for P. So sabi ni Donna, a disjunction is only false if both are false. A disjunction is only false. I'm sorry. This should be mali yung hinighlight ko, no? We have not P and Q here. Again, a disjunction is only false if both are false. So as you can see here, this is the only case, okay, where both statements, both curl P and Q are false. So ito lang yung false natin and the rest are true. Okay, next. We have curl the negation of this statement. Okay, the negation of our statement or of our column number 4 actually. The negation of column number 4. So, negate lang natin no, from true to false, false to true. Okay. And then lastly, last part, this is the most important one. This determines the truth value for the compound statement. Okay, for this compound statement. So we have here the disjunction again. Disjunction of column number 5 with Q. Column number 5 with Q. Okay, so disjunction ulit, no? Disjunction is only false if both are false. So observe the truth values, and as you can see, there's only one case. Okay, there's only one case where both are false. So ito lang yung false natin, and the rest are true. And then that's it. You now have your truth value table. Question. Okay, gets nyo ha? I assume you already got how to determine the number of rows and the number of columns and the process itself, no, the procedure of finding the truth value for the given compound statement. Okay, so we're done with the first, and we wish to find out what is the first question. Okay, this is the first task, and we already completed our first task. Second task is we have to determine the truth value of the compound statement given that P is true, Q is false. So, tignan nyo lang yung row nila. P is true, Q is false. If the statement P is true and statement Q is false, we can see that our compound statement is true. So the answer for letter B is true. Yan siya. Okay, so in your module, there is a step-by-step process. Okay, pero at, in the end, we came up with the same truth value of the given compound statement. And we have the same, okay, same conclusion for our question number or letter B. Okay, let's have more example. I won't be using the procedure that was demonstrated in our module, no. I'll just stick to the first procedure I presented you. Okay. So skip natin to. Wait lang. Example number 2. Okay, there's one. Example number 2. So I'll be starting from our standard. We have 5 rows and then one column for P, one column for Q, and then one column for not Q. I one column for not Q. P, we have Q, we have curl Q. All right. So how many more columns do we need? How many more columns do we need? Okay, try to observe this statement and determine how many more columns do we need. In and out tayo. No? Simplify first the compound statement inside the parenthesis. And then we have the negation. And then we have the conjunction. So ilang columns yon guys? How many columns? I repeat, no? I repeat. That is the conjunction of P with that with curl Q, and then the negation of the statement, and then we have the disjunction of P with this statement. So ilang columns yon? 101.
Tatlo, sir.
Okay, we need to add 3 more columns. Okay, again, the conjunction, the conjunction of P with curl Q. Wait lang. Why? Ayan. Curl Q. And then one more column for the negation. Okay, for the negation. And then lastly, one more column for the whole compound statement. Ayan, ayusin ko lang ha. Okay, here. That is disjunction. All right. Now, I'll provide you the truth value no, for our standard truth table form, and you'll be the ones to supply for the others. These are the cases, both true One of them is false, or both of them are false, and then we'll proceed with the negation of Q. Of course, very basic again. If Q is true, then not Q is false. And we have true here, this is false, and this is true. Hi, anyone who would like to supply for the truth value of this column? This is conjunction. There is only one case for a conjunction to be true. And when is that? Yes, Ruwen?
Sir, magiging true lang po yung conjunction kapag both statement are true.
If both statements are true. Okay, thank you, Ruwen. Now observe statement P and curl Q. Hey. So anyone who would like to supply for the truth value of our fourth column? Anyone? First row. First row tayo. What is the truth value of this?
False.
False po.
This is false. Next.
True.
True.
This is true. Next.
False.
False
False.
and false. Very good. Because there is only one case where both of P and not Q are true. Ayan. And the rest are false. And then the negation, basic lang naman ang negation, no? So I'll be the one to supply for this. If this statement is false, then its negation is true. This is false, this is true, and this is true. And okay, now we'll proceed to the disjunction once again. Disjunction of our column number 5 and column number 4. Disjunction of column number 5 and column number 4. Anyone? And that's it. Mara, are you raising your hand? Or kanina pa yon? Okay. Rowen.
True po.
Okay.
True din po.
Carry on.
True. True.
Okay, thank you. So as you can see here, in any case of P and Q, the compound statement is always false. I mean, always true, I should say. I repeat. In any case of statement P and Q, this compound statement is always true. Okay, this is always true. And then that's it.